Good morning. This is EMC News on Lone Star Community Radio. I am Margie Taylor, your host, and we record live every Monday at noon until 1 from downtown Conroe. If you haven't been in downtown Conroe, you're missing out. There's so much going on, including this radio station. So EMC News is about informing the local residents of Porter, New Caney, and Splendora of things that are happening with the Greater East Montgomery County Chamber, the New Caney and Splendora school districts, law enforcement, nonprofits that serve East Montgomery County, and of course businesses, old businesses, new businesses. So listen in every Monday at noon to learn about what's going on Lone Star Community Radio. So a couple of things that we have going on. And first of all, we're going to have two guests on the show today. We have Taylor Jones, who's the club manager for Sam's Club, which is opening up the first quarter, January-ish of 2017. But that's going to be here very soon. Just throw that out there. And they're going to be opening at Valley Ranch. And John Bracken, who's the executive director of Montgomery County Youth Services. And before we have the guests come on the show, we're going to talk a little bit about some upcoming news announcements, events, and things that are important that have happened in our neck of the woods, East Montgomery County. So first of all, I want to give a kudo to the Tip a Cop event that happened last Thursday from 5 to 9 at the Texas Roadhouse. Different law enforcement participated. They volunteered their time to take tips at the restaurant, and they did better than they did last year when they had this annual event. They raised $3,000 for Special Olympics. So there's another good thing going on. So you can learn more about that at EMC News. Also, it's about to be back to school shopping time. Yes, it's the end of July and we vacationed a little bit and now it's time to start getting ready. There's going to be more bargain shopping in all the retail stores, and tax-free weekend is coming up, August 5th through 7th. So that is very soon. This is an annual event in Texas, and you can save the tax on clothing, footwear, school supplies, and backpacks under $100. I know as a parent, when my kids were young and I shopped for back to school, I actually spent more money on back to school shopping than I did at Christmas. But it's one of those needed things you got to get ready for. So remember those dates, August 5th through 7th, Friday, Saturday, Sunday will be the tax-free weekend. And there will undoubtedly be a lot of special sales in the stores. So, yes, you can expect crowds, probably more so than even at Christmas time. So maybe our guests from Sam's can enlighten us on some special deals that Sam's may be having going on. So school will start August 22nd for both New Caney and Splendora school districts. Some things to keep in mind is that they will also be having some dates that we will talk about for new student registration, and if you want to be a bus driver, substitute teacher, things like that. Both school districts are looking very much in need of Spanish and French teachers, bus drivers, substitute teachers all the time. So the East Montgomery County Improvement District is offering paid internships for 3 students. I know we've talked about this in several different shows, but they're still looking. And you must have completed the 11th grade, and this is a paid internship. It's a 10-week program starting September 1st, and they are looking for one senior high student from New Caney High School, Porter High School, and Splendora High School. The students, upon completion, will receive $750. So that's a big bulk of money. So apply. Why not? So Sam's Club, which we will talk about this shortly, is hosting job fairs daily at their temporary hiring site by Tractor Supply and the Goodwill store off Highway 59 and FM 1314. They're looking for various opportunities. I believe they're still looking for receiving, sales, overnight, part-time, full-time, many different positions. Academy is also, if you're looking for a job, they're taking applications and hiring at the MSED building, which is where the chamber is also located, and they are there Monday through Friday, 8 to 5. They're also avidly looking for people to work for them. So, the Back the Blue event was yesterday. I wanted to talk a little bit about that. And that started at Bull Salis Park and went on to Lamarck at the Greyhound Race Park. There were over 200 people participating. What a way to show support for our men and women in blue. And perhaps we might hear a little bit more about that at the end of the show. So upcoming calendar dates to remember. August 1st. Yes, August 1st is next Monday. Time is flying by. Concerned Citizens meeting. Everyone is welcome at 7:30 p.m. at the library. August 3rd is the Greater East Montgomery County Luncheon from 11:30 to 1 with guest Amos McDonald. He's the Vice Chancellor of Public Relations and Government Affairs for Lone Star Community College. You can register online or call the Chamber for additional details. That's always a fabulous event that gets about over 100 people. And if you're not a Chamber member, you can still go and be a guest. Come and meet people and network and increase your business. August 8th is the Substitute Teacher Orientation at Splendora ISD Administration Building. So if you're looking to make a little extra income, go there and find out all about it. August 9th is the new student registration for all campuses in Splendora from 1 to 7 p.m. You can go to their Facebook page for more details and information. And UCANY has an online process available on their website beginning August 1st. So that one is all online and you don't have to go in person. August 16th will be Meet the Teachers at your elementary school in Splendora. That will put especially new parents at ease. If you have an upcoming pre-K kindergartner, start shedding those tears now and come meet the teacher. August 16th. But the most fabulous event that you need to save the date for is October 1st. That will be the Texas Sawmill Festival with axe throwing, a lumberjack competition, tractor races, live entertainment. You can go to TexasSawmillFestival.com to see the video, get the applications to be a vendor. They need lots of vendors. They could use probably 75 vendors. The lumberjack competition will be bringing people from not just Texas, but other surrounding states to vie for $20,000 in purse money. That will be a lot of fun to watch. There's also going to be some races that kids will be doing. It's not the mutton busting. It's more of a small toy tractor races. So it is going to be a fabulous event from 10 in the morning till 10 in the evening. Lots of fun things to do. Volunteers need lots of volunteers as well. So again, that is October 1st, TexasSawmillFestival.com for more information, or go to the Greater East Montgomery County Chamber website and find out. So East Montgomery County News is an hour-long show every Monday, and we will be right back in a few minutes. I am Margie Taylor talking to you from Lone Star Community Radio from downtown Conroe.
EMC News, your local news from EMC every Monday at noon on Lone Star Community Radio.
Hey, this is Cindy Cochran, and now Conroe can boast of another first. The first morning live talk show, 10 to 11 a.m. Monday through Friday, right here on Lone Star Internet Radio, coming straight out of the fabulous downtown Conroe, Texas. Be the coolest guy at the water cooler, or the most informed break room dweller by listening to the fun side of the news, local, national, infinity, and beyond. The Cindy Cochran Show. You ain't heard nothing yet.
The East Texas Dream Center is in need of your help. We are a nonprofit Christian organization that houses women and children who are trying to get their lives back after being homeless, abused, or addicted. We are conveniently located at 301 South 1st Street, Conroe, Texas, 77301, right here in Montgomery County. Our needs are financial, and every needs of gasoline, cleaning supplies, laundry soap, Lysol, and whatever else God puts in your heart. To help our ladies and children, please consider a donation. You may visit our website at www.easttexasdreamcenter.org. Again, so you don't forget, it's www.easttexasdreamcenter.org. Donations are tax deductible. Remember what Jesus said, with God, nothing is impossible.
When medical emergencies happen, trust your best neighbors ever for extraordinary emergency care from board-certified physicians. Neighbors Emergency Center is making lives better by providing exceptional medical care for you and your family, 24/7, 365 days a year, with little to no wait time. With Montgomery County locations in Porter and Kingwood, Neighbors Emergency Center is there for you. For more information on Neighbors Emergency Centers, please visit them online at nec24.com.
If you are looking to start a career, you can start your professional life in the U.S. Army. I am Staff Sergeant Stephen Jackson. My fellow soldiers and I can talk with you about learning high-tech skills in electronics and computers as a soldier. Interested in the medical field? The Army has skilled medical and dental jobs that set you up for future success. Come visit us at 2109 West Davis Street, directly behind the Whataburger on Highway 105, or give us a call at 936-756-7002.
Want to know what's happening in East County? You're listening to EMC News on Lone Star Community Radio.
Hello, I'm Margie Taylor, back with you at EMC News on Lone Star Community Radio. Just wanted to remind you that we are looking for sponsors. You can call me at 936-828-6881 or go to irlonestar.com/EMCN for additional information. That's also the place where you will see our podcast from all the shows we've had, including this show beginning on Wednesday afternoon. So we are back here on the show with Taylor Jones, club manager for Sam's Club that's opening up in first quarter January 2017 in Valley Ranch. Welcome, Taylor.
Thanks, Margie. How are you today?
I am good. It's Monday. So how are you?
Doing great. Loving the Mondays.
So tell me, first of all, why is Sam's going into Valley Ranch?
So the community is growing out in that direction. So, I mean, there's all sorts of shopping and entertainment and just everything to do going out in the Valley Ranch Town Center. Sam's Club, we started construction on the site this past spring and looking to open up January 19th is our date that we have now.
January 19th. Okay.
We're really excited to be in the community. We're bringing a lot of jobs and a lot of income to the area itself. So Sam's Club, it's savings made simple. So we're here to help you save money, whether it be for your home or for your business, and also saving time is a big part of what we're doing too. We have several new services like our club pickup program that you can order it online and have it ready for you whenever you get to the store.
Is that for any consumer or
That's
just
for
corporations?
Any consumer, and all you have to do is download the Sam's Club app.
Cool. So how many people are you looking to hire?
We're shooting for around 175 to 200 employees
Wow.
by the time we open up. So realistically, I want to have that number by about the 1st of December.
So where are you at right now on that?
Right now we're getting close to 50. So we still
got a long way to
have
go.
quite a few open spots.
Oh my goodness. So when you hire them, since your store is not ready to roll at this point, what are they doing?
So right now we're selling memberships is what we're doing. So anyone that is interested in a Sam's Club membership can come by and visit us at our shopping center location off of Highway 59 and 1314. We're located right behind the Hot Biscuit. Seems to be the
Hot Biscuit.
place
Okay.
where everyone knows.
Right, and it is over there by Tractor Supply and the Goodwill store and all that. So, and tell me about your memberships. I know you have a special deal going on with that.
So we have a couple of special deals for the new club opening. The first deal that we have is we have our business membership. We have a $45 for our $100 memberships. So it's $45 for $100 memberships. That's a
good deal.
Outstanding savings.
I was
right
looking
there.
at that this morning.
Yeah. The next deal we have, you can get up to a $30 gift card for signing up with our premier membership, our Sam Savings Plus. And then you can get up to a $20 gift card for signing up for our Sam Savings membership as well. So really good deals that are exclusive to our new club opening up that we have.
Nice. So how long have you been out here? in our neck of the woods?
Me, I've been out here since May. Moved here from West Texas, so it's a little change of scenery. The trees are a lot taller than what I'm used to, but a lot greener as well.
So
even
what do you
though
think?
we haven't had a whole lot of rain here lately.
Well,
but,
we had no true, but we did have at the end of May.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. It's definitely quite a bit of rain right at the beginning of when our building was being built. So, which is also part of the reason why we're not opening when we were originally supposed to.
Correct.
So
that's going to be a fabulous location, though, because there's just so much growth happening over there in Valley Ranch.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. You know, it's the ease of access getting to it off of the Grand Parkway and 59. So, I mean, it's just that area, you know, anywhere you go out there is just constantly growing and developing. So it's going to be a really, really good spot to be.
Exciting. Yes,
Oh, yeah.
it's be very exciting. So, do any of your employees work at another Sam's right now, or are they just doing the sales?
Right now, our employees are doing the sales, so you know we
Okay.
have a training process that goes in steps as we get closer to the grand opening of the building. So, you know, we'll have a mixture of transfer employees from other Sam's Clubs and then new hires from the community. That'll
Just a good mix.
just a good mix, and that way we can get everyone trained and ready to go by the time we open.
What kind of positions are you hiring for besides the sales right now?
Right now, we're hiring for cashier positions, sales positions, membership desk positions, floor. I mean, just pretty much anything. Our meat departments and bakery and receiving. Like I said, pretty much
Just variety.
everything that we have. You know, we're looking for right now.
And you have overnight positions too?
Absolutely. Yeah, we'll start having our overnight training. Will actually probably be like I said, closer to that December mark, but. We're hiring everyone right now.
Oh, interesting. My son just got a job working for Walmart Distribution Center.
Oh, okay.
That's where he's hanging out from 4 in the morning on.
4 in the morning on. Well, we don't quite go in that early right now.
Yeah, he's loving that, I guess. I don't know. Okay, so we talked about the online ordering. Tell me a little bit about your community engagement. I know Sam's has a strong philosophy about getting engaged with the community.
Mm-hmm. So we want to be involved in everything that we can in the community. You're talking earlier about the Sawmill Festival. So we're, as soon as we heard about that, we jumped on board with that. Being a key sponsor for it, and helping out whether it's volunteers or setup or whatever that we need to do, we're there to help. Sam's, we have a really good program as far as volunteering goes. We'll come out and help an organization out, and then we'll also give a check for the amount of time that we help out. So it's kind of like a double whammy for helping out people in need.
Very nice. Well, the other guest that's going to be on here today is with Montgomery County Youth Services, and I'm not sure if you're familiar with that organization yet, but they have an office out in the MSED building as well now. And they actually have 6 offices, but that's where the East County one is, and they serve youth that are homeless. I actually used to work with them for 5 years. Oh, wow. They serve homeless youth in every school in Montgomery County, and they also have a shelter, and they have an outreach program and different things. So that might be something you guys might want to get involved in. I don't know, but at least be aware of it.
Yeah, absolutely.
So let's see. What is the best way to connect with you?
Well, right now we're located in all the surrounding Walmarts in the area, or you can come by the office. Again, it's off 1314 and Highway 59 behind the Hot Biscuit. We have a big blue banner up that says Sam's Club Membership and
So they
Hiring
can't
Center.
miss it.
Yeah.
Especially if they go to eat at the Hot Biscuit first.
That's right. Or, we're right next to the Supreme Hibachi Grill, so if you're going there, come by and see us.
Well, and you guys are very involved in the Greater East Montgomery County Chamber, too. I've seen you at many events, you and your staff. Mm-hmm. They're very high energy. They were out at the 4th of July celebration at Roman Forest.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Good old Roman Forest. That was the happening place on 4th of July, by the way. It was a hot time for all.
Oh, yeah.
So what am I missing? What have we not talked about? Do you have... do people, when they get employed with Sam's, get full benefits?
Oh yeah, we are a retail establishment, so our benefits are based off of what you want to put into it. But we have everything from health insurance, 401k, profit sharing. I mean, pretty much anything. Anything that you can think of that you need, we do offer it. So.
How long has Sam's been around? Sam's Club.
Sam started in 1983.
1983. So it's kind of fairly new.
Kind of fairly, yeah.
When did Walmart start?
Oh man, I'm terrible. It's
Okay, so
not
I just
knowing
through that one
yeah.
out at you.
It's in
Seems
the
like it was a
70s,
lot
yeah.
longer than that.
Yeah.
Like maybe the 80s or something. No, that you said
I think Walmart was in the 70s.
70s. Yes, and it's changed. It used to be smaller, and now it's a bigger box
Oh yeah.
type of thing. With
Oh yeah, and
full services.
Sam's and Walmart, they're constantly growing different types of stores. Neighborhood markets and super centers and Sam's,
Right.
and there's a lot of different types of Walmart. Walmart has all of their online things, and Sam's we have our online shopping. Which if you can't find anything inside the club, you can get it online.
You can order it online.
Oh yeah.
So you're under the same hood, but you're separate and different.
Correct.
So do you have like a vision center as well, like Walmart does, and a car care and all that?
We do. Some of the services that we have, we have a vision center, we have a hearing aid center, a pharmacy, we have a tire and battery center, just a lot of different, pretty much anything that you need, we'll probably
So
have
it's a one-stop shop
one-stop shop.
for
Yep.
everything you need.
Yep. So, if you want to come in, I like to tell people you're going to go get your groceries and pick up a 50-inch TV while you're at it, too. So
You can do that.
you can do that,
You can buy something for everybody there.
something for everything.
And your business.
Oh, yeah. Small appliances, furniture, you name it, we got it.
So what are you most excited about?
I'm just really excited about having the new building in the area. The area is growing so much, it needs another Sam's Club. And just all the latest and greatest technology that our company is coming out with, that you can be able to pay for your merchandise. We started accepting Visa credit, American Express, MasterCard, Discover. So our forms of payment have gotten a lot easier. And one thing that's new as well is Scan and Go. You can make your purchases from your Sam's Club app, and you can skip the lines altogether. So that's a
That's fun.
Yeah, new thing that it's actually
Who
just
likes
started.
lines? Not me.
Yeah,
So do you have like a drive up, where you could get your stuff and then just drive through, kind of like when you go get prescriptions or
Yeah,
something?
so we at our new store we'll have a parking area for club pickup. So like I said, if you place your order, today you can pick it up at 7 a.m. Tomorrow you don't even have to go in the store. You can pull up, check in on your mobile phone, and we'll bring it out to you.
I like that.
Yeah.
That's fabulous.
So convenience is key with this new store.
Convenience, nice. So do you go by and check on it, the store?
Every day. Yeah.
Yeah, I was wondering.
Sometimes twice a day.
So can you see even moderate changes that have happened?
Oh yeah, it's really great. They were pouring the foundation for the gas station the past couple of days. So it's if you look at it from the outside, it looks like we're about ready to open up. There's a lot of work that needs to be done on the inside. So it's already been painted and everything like that.
So you do field trips back there every day.
Yeah, I go. I'm sure the construction site's tired of seeing me by now.
There he is again. So do you go home and tell your wife all the updates?
I do. She's probably tired of hearing it as well.
That's fun. And you live close by there too.
I do. I live over in Valley Ranch, so it's really convenient for me now.
It's very nice.
So
too bad you're not hiring there. Then you wouldn't even have to travel far, right?
Right. Yeah.
But
That's
you can't
right.
just go across the freeway.
Yeah. It's a little
Okay.
little bit farther from the club. Our club front location that we're hiring out of right now. It's only about 2 miles from where the actual club will be.
It's still close. It's all in
Yeah.
close proximity.
Yep.
So how long have you worked for Sam's?
I've been with this company for 10 years.
10 years. Wow.
10 years. Yep.
How did you start out?
I started out in the fresh departments. Actually, I started out while I was going to college. I started cooking rotisserie chicken. Yeah.
Oh, and all the way up to the club
Yep.
manager.
Worked my way up since then. It's been a journey. One of the things I like to do is I've been opening up a lot of new Sam's Clubs here lately. So it's really a fun process to see it from start to finish.
So you're the new store opening guy.
Well, there's quite a few people that do that. I'm just one of the fortunate few who's been able.
Are they
going to
keep
do
you
a
here a
couple.
while, or you don't know?
I plan on staying here for a while. So this is home now.
Okay. Well, I worked in retail for 20 years,
Mm-hmm.
so I know how they have like a designated person that would go sometimes and open up stores. And okay, now we're going to move you again next year to this place and this place. That kind of gets a little crazy.
Oh yeah, no, I plan on staying. So it's
good.
I'm
Good.
done moving around.
Well, that's wonderful. So the best way to connect with you would be to go to your location, which is behind the Hot Biscuit, and you are there what hours?
We're open from 7 a.m. to 8:30 p.m. Monday through Saturday, and then
Wow.
Sunday we're open 10 to 6. So just like a normal Sam's Club would be.
Okay, and that's going to go for how long? For months?
So we will be working out of that temporary building until the club opens up, so in January.
Okay, so we're almost in August, so that's like September. 4 more months, 5 more months.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Oh, speaking of that, I did want to mention one more thing about
Yeah.
our membership offer. When you do sign up with us today, your membership is good a year after the grand opening, so you get an extended membership as
Oh,
well.
wow. So the best way for them to do that, do they go online or have to see you in person?
They got to come see us in person. So
Okay. So if you're in East Montgomery County, you need to go get your club membership now because it will last longer and it's a lower rate.
Mm-hmm, absolutely.
You can get a $100 membership for $45.
Yep, $100 plus membership business for $45. And then up to a $30 gift card and a $20 gift card for our savings memberships.
Okay, well, that sounds good. Thank you, Taylor Jones, for being on the show today. And we are going to break here for some weather and traffic. And this half of EMC News is sponsored by Neighbors Emergency Clinic. When emergencies happen, trust your best neighbors for extraordinary emergency care 24/7, 364 days of the year with no wait. I'm Margie Taylor with EMC News. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned to the EMC News Hour with your host, Margie Taylor.
Animals of all shapes and sizes are welcomed at Big Thicket Vet in New Caney with vet services like extensive health exams, vaccinations, heartworm, tick, flea prevention, along with experienced and trustworthy emergency and urgent care. For more information on Big Thicket Vet in New Caney, visit bigthicketvetnc.com or locally at 18403 FM 1485 in New Caney, Texas.
Are you interested in learning more about preparing quick, healthy, and safe meals for your family? Would you like to spend time with others learning tips and tricks, along with practicing and tasting nutritious food? If so, the On the Road to Healthy Living Mobile Cooking School is for you. Call Amy Ressler at Texas A&M AgriLife Extension Service at 936-539-7825 to find a class near you or volunteer to host a class.
Hi, this is BJ Orner from Montgomery County Performing Arts Society. I'm here to remind you to get your tickets now for all the upcoming events that McPass has to offer. All shows will be held at the beautiful Crichton Theater in downtown Conroe. Call 936-441-7469 for your tickets today, or go to our website, www.mcpass.org, for more information. Hope to see you at the show.
Hey, this is Cindy Cochran, and now Conroe can boast of another first. The first morning live talk show, 10 to 11 a.m. Monday through Friday, right here on Lone Star Internet Radio, coming straight out of the fabulous downtown Conroe, Texas. Be the coolest guy at the water cooler, or the most informed break room dweller by listening to the fun side of the news, local, national, infinity, and beyond. The Cindy Cochran Show. You ain't heard nothing yet.
Did you know there are more than 790 abused and neglected children currently in foster care in Montgomery County? Will you help make a difference? I'm Allie Stevens with Casa Child Advocates of Montgomery County. We train and support volunteers to be the voice of children in the foster care system. Kids are removed from their home because of abuse and neglect, and we need volunteers just like you to advocate for these children. To learn more about becoming an advocate, please visit CasaSpeaksForKids.com. That's CasaSpeaksForKids.com.
Stay tuned to the EMC News Hour with your host, Margie Taylor.
Hello, this is Margie Taylor on EMC News, reporting from downtown Conroe at Lone Star Community Radio. And we have the show every Monday at noon till 1, and we have different guests talking about things that are happening in East Montgomery County. So we just finished a conversation with Taylor Jones, club manager for Sam's Club, which is opening up in January, but maybe it'll open up sooner. We hope so. And you can check in with him for jobs and other information, or to get that special discount on the Sam's Club membership by going there. Behind the Hot Biscuit off of 59 is where their temporary hiring location is. So in here in the studio with me right now is John Bracken, Executive Director of Montgomery County Youth Services. Hi, John.
Hey, Margie.
Hey, so what I wanted to do is just talk a little bit about a lot of things. I know you could probably talk for an hour or two, but since we only have 30 minutes, we can make it brief. But tell me, what is Montgomery County Youth Services? I know I probably already know this.
Well, so Montgomery County Youth Services is a private nonprofit organization here in Montgomery County. Been around since 1979, so we're not a county agency. We're private charity. And so our agency provides crisis counseling, shelter services, and prevention programs for youth and families here in Montgomery County. So basically, I tell people, well, if you have a 14-year-old that's kind of making you crazy, which they can do these days, and you can't afford a private counselor or psychologist, psychiatrist, you're probably going to end up in our office. So we're the only ones in Montgomery County to provide counseling at no charge to the family. So, and these are tough times for kids and families, challenging times, and so we're there when they need help. And last year we saw about 1,500 kids and families in our various counseling programs. In East Montgomery County, of course, we have a counseling office there, and we can talk more about that in a little bit, but we do have an office there available for East Montgomery County. In addition, we have a shelter for abused, neglected, runaway kids, homeless kids, and that's located here in Conroe, but is open to any child in Montgomery County. And in fact, we have some kids that come from outside of Montgomery County to our shelter. And then we do a lot of work in the schools. We work really closely in the school districts, and particularly in New Caney and Splendora in the East Montgomery County area. School counselors, people think, well, they counsel kids. Well, they really don't. I mean, they try to help kids as much as they can, but if a kid needs more counseling, has more serious issues that they need to deal with, they're going to call on us. And so we actually do a lot of groups right in the school where we get the parents' permission, but the kids, we have a group of kids that maybe they're experiencing divorce, maybe they're experiencing some sort of grief, maybe they're not getting along with their peers. So we'll do counseling right there at the schools, and so we work hand in hand with the school district. So, and then in East Montgomery County, kind of a special program we have is for pregnant and parenting teenagers, or those that are at risk of, maybe they're not pregnant now, but there's some concerns about some of their behaviors, at-risk behaviors, and so we do a lot of work with those young people. We have teenagers that are kind of raising kids, and that's a scary place to be. So we're there for them to help them get off to a right start and make sure their babies are taken care of. We even work with them prenatally. So, and that program is specific to East Montgomery County. So.
And you've had that program for a period of time
Yeah,
now.
Quite a while now, yes, absolutely. And the focus is in East Montgomery County. As you know, the social services out there are somewhat limited, and so we that's a program that wasn't available that we've been able to offer. Yeah.
So, of the elementary, junior high, and senior high locations out in East Montgomery County, are you involved in all of those, and where do you have a physical presence?
So we are involved mainly. Every once in a while, we'll have some work at the elementary school, but most of our work is going to focus on the intermediate, junior high, and the high school level. So we're involved at the high schools, the various high schools, and some of the junior highs or intermediate schools. That's where our focus is. We'll do things at the elementary school if we're called, but what has a tendency to happen is either parents or people ignore certain things until they finally get to the point where they can't ignore them anymore, and that's usually going to start seeing that at the intermediate, junior high level. So that's where a majority of our focus is. And the nice thing is, because we're so close to New Caney schools at our location at the East Montgomery Improvement District building, that kids can actually walk to our
from the campus there.
From the campus.
Absolutely.
And that's been
convenient.
That's really convenient. Yeah.
Right. So they don't have to wait for the parents to help them, and if they're seeking specific things that they feel is personal, they can talk to their counselor one-on-one.
Right.
So you have 6 offices. Is that correct?
That's correct. Yes.
So in various places throughout the county, including Huntsville?
We do have a satellite office in Huntsville. We have a counselor up there about 1 day a week is all we're able to fund right now. But yes. Mm-hmm.
But your main office is in Conroe?
Conroe, here in Conroe's, on Lewis Street. It's our administrative office, and we also have counselors in our Conroe office. We have one in Magnolia. I mentioned the one out in East Montgomery County, and we have one in the Woodlands, too. And so those are our counseling offices. And our shelter is located here in Conroe, too.
Right. So what are the age groups for the shelter? Tell me a little. I mean, I do know a lot about the shelter, having worked there. But so, truth be known. But so, are you still taking youth up to the age of 18? There?
We are, yes. And our shelter is for youth age 10 to 18, exactly. Some of those young people are in Child Protective Service custody, so they've been removed from their home to abuse and neglect, and they're awaiting foster care placement or placement, hopefully with a relative. But some of those young people are runaways. We get runaways that end up in Conroe or somewhere in Montgomery County. The police might pick up the kid, and so what we'll try to do there is get them into the shelter and then try to get them back home. And then sometimes a parent will place a child at our shelter. So the situation at home is so volatile.
So you still have community placement.
We do.
Talk
Absolutely.
about that a little bit.
Well, so I'll give you an example. So we have a counselor. It's 4:00 on a Friday afternoon. The family's in the counselor's office, and it's apparent that emotions are so high and people are yelling and screaming at each other that the counselor says, if I let this kid go home over the weekend, the police are probably going to get called, and this kid's going to end up in juvenile or whatever. So they'll suggest to that parent, we do have an option here. You could place your child. You keep custody of the child. You place them in our shelter in a short-term situation, and it gives the family a respite, gives the kid an opportunity to kind of get away from the craziness. Also sends a message to the young person: look, what you're doing now isn't working, and if you continue on this path, there could be some consequences. Gives the parents a breather, and then we get them involved in some real intensive family counseling, and obviously the hope is to get that young person back home.
So then, is that still like a 2-week program?
Typically, it's 2 weeks. We try not to go over that simply because, out of sight, out of mind. So the longer it goes on, the more difficult it is to reunite the family. So we really,
and that's always the goal, is to reunite the families.
Absolutely.
Okay. Well, very good. You talked about the programs you have in East Montgomery County. And you have the pregnant teen program. You have the program where you work with the junior, senior highs. And you also, do you take volunteers?
Yes. So if somebody has an interest in helping us out, first thing we do is meet with them and talk a little bit about what it is that we do. And if people want to be directly involved with young people, we're typically going to have them look at the shelter as an opportunity to volunteer. It's really difficult for volunteers to be used in our counseling program unless they have a counseling background, and that's happened too. If they want to help administratively, so they are good at computer work, or they want to enter information into our database, those kind of things, then we probably get them engaged in one of our offices. But even something as simple as a church group that wants to come out once a month and bring dinner to the kids, play games with the kids at the shelter, those, it doesn't take a lot of time, but it's a huge benefit to our kids.
Well, and something else that's important is that people need to know that it's confidential information.
That's right.
You do need to do like a background check.
We do.
And you also prohibit photos.
Right.
Because they're
protecting
youth.
the person's
because they're kids.
Right, exactly.
Yes, and protect their identity,
right.
Protect their information, things like that. So this is a whole different deal that people, even though they may want to give of their heart, you have to go through these different protocols.
Right.
Because it is kids that
right.
you're involved with, and
exactly.
you don't want to expose them to things that
right.
are unnecessary
right.
and that will inhibit their life.
Exactly.
So I know that you also have an upcoming event.
We do.
You have one August 20th. Tell me about that.
The August 20th is the car show, and I think this is the one I have so many events, Margie. I want to make sure we're talking about.
You can tell me about them all, too.
Okay. Well, so the one I'm thinking of is there's the Woodlands Car Club is doing a car show and a get together at the Lone Star
Southern Star Brewery.
Southern Star Brewery here in Conroe. I'm getting that confused.
That's
with
okay.
Lone Star
I got
Radio.
notes.
And that's coming up on the 20th from 12 to 2. So that'll be an opportunity for folks to come out, learn more about our organization, see some cool cars, and
it's Southern Star Brewery.
And partake of adult beverages. And if you guys haven't been to their new brewery out there, it's really pretty impressive.
It's a great event hall, actually.
It is. So we're looking forward to that. It gives us some exposure to the community about what we're doing. The Woodlands Car Club has been a supporter of ours for many, many years, and we're excited to be partnering with them and Southern Star Brewery. So, yeah, that's coming up on August 20th. And then we have our main event in the fall is our golf tournament and gala, which is occurring Veterans Day weekend, actually. That I think it's the 11th and 12th of November.
November 11th and 12th, okay.
So, and we're gearing up for that. So that is a golf tournament and also a gala that occurs that Friday night. So we're excited about that. It's our major fundraiser of the year, and so folks can get more information on our website about how they might want to be a sponsor, or maybe even for all those golfers out there, it's an event you don't want to miss. So.
Well, you're very involved in the community, and you have a lot of support from other businesses that keeps on growing as more people learn about you. I know when I first started working with Montgomery County Youth Services, people were not even really aware of it. So I think that is awesome that more people are knowing. It's not so great that you have to have this,
right?
Exactly. So the two-edged sword on that, but you do have a lot of good programs, being the shelter, the street outreach, the prevention programs, the counseling, and all have the goal of reuniting the families together.
That's right.
Bottom line, end of story. So tell me about your involvement with the. There's another group that you're involved with.
Are you thinking of the Community Youth Outreach Group?
Yes, I couldn't think of the acronym.
So this is an offshoot of, you mentioned the street outreach program.
Right.
So people are surprised to know that there's homeless youth in Montgomery County. We think of that
Always.
in Harris County,
right.
Wherever. And having worked in that program, Margie, you know they're out there. They're kind of under the radar. We find them all the time sleeping couch to couch or in the woods or in their cars, going to school every day, which has always surprised and amazed me. So we were doing the work in terms of finding these kids, but if they're over the age of 18, we couldn't take them into our shelter. And so we were working with Angel Reach, which is another organization, great organization in our town, and they actually had some transitional living so these kids would have a place to stay. So we were finding the kids. They were working with the kids once they were found. And then CASA, who folks probably know as advocates, yeah.
Yep.
So what was happening is the CASA workers would work with kids until they were 18, and the kids would age out of foster care, and then they'd end up homeless. They'd end up on the streets.
So then they have nothing again. They're like nothing, and there's
That's
no
right.
organization
Nope.
to connect them with services. There's
That's right.
nowhere for them to go.
That's right.
And they graduate from high school,
And they're on the
hopefully,
street.
and then they just, there you go.
Right.
You're on your own. Figure it out.
Yeah. And so CASA advocates were getting these phone calls from these kids that they had worked with, and they didn't know what to do. So the three of us got together and wrote a grant to, we call it a Community Youth Outreach, and so brought us together in a collaboration. We actually have a facility, we call it our resource center. It's on Fraser Street here in downtown Conroe. And so it's a place where homeless young people can come. They can't live. We don't have any living facilities there, but they can get the help they need. If they need food, they need clothing. If we can help find them some housing, or they may be eligible for Angel Reach's transitional living housing. So started with seed money from United Way, who saw that this was happening and they wanted to step up.
Much needed program, right?
And then we were fortunate to get some funding from the Wood Forest Charitable Foundation, and also CB&I made a sizable donation, and the community has just come together. Despite what you think about homeless people, everybody agrees that young people shouldn't be homeless. And when you're 18, you're not often I was ready to be out on my own. I always knew I had a home to go to. Well, these young people, they turn 18, they're adults, but they don't have a home to go to, and so
Right.
that's a piece that we serve. And again, that program serves young people all over the county, to include East Montgomery County.
Well, that's great. Yes, that is one of my passions. One of the things where my heart has a direct pull towards helping these people, because what people don't understand is just because they're homeless doesn't mean they're bad kids. They usually accelerate in school.
Right.
Because that's their safe zone.
Right.
They're not on drugs. They're not doing alcohol. They're
Right.
not doing mischievous behavior. They're going to school. They just
Right.
have nowhere to go after the school.
Exactly.
So we're going to come back in a few minutes and talk about some other ways to connect with you with Montgomery County Youth Services. And this is EMC News. I'm Margie Taylor from Lone Star Community Radio.
Doing business since 1985, Assistance League of Montgomery County is a nonprofit, all-volunteer organization where all proceeds stay in Montgomery County. We are proud to sponsor 10 philanthropic programs that enhance the lives of those in our community. Visit our thrift shop at 126 North San Jacinto Street in downtown Conroe or call us at 936-760-1151. Don't forget to like us on Facebook.
Here we are, another morning in Montgomery County. It's 6 a.m. and all you can do is think about hitting that snooze button. But don't. Wake up with me, your morning radio host of Mornings of Lone Star, Dick. Every weekday morning from 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. on Lone Star Community Radio, join me for some music, talk, interviews, giveaways, and of course Montgomery County's weather and traffic. I'm here to make your morning start. Every weekday morning, online at irlonestar.com and Conroe's FM 104.5, 106.1 with Mornings with Lone Star.
Doing business since 1985, Assistance League of Montgomery County is a nonprofit, all-volunteer organization where all proceeds stay in Montgomery County. Through our Operation School Bell program, we have provided new clothes to over 50,000 students in our county. Visit our thrift shop at 126 North San Jacinto Street in downtown Conroe or call us at 936-760-1151. Don't forget to
I'm
like
Lieutenant
us on
Bob Berry with the
Facebook.
Conroe Police Department, reminding you that texting and talking on the phone while driving are not only dangerous, but also illegal in school zones and other posted areas. Drive safely and alert.
Check out EMC News on Facebook. Like us to see more about coming shows and guests.
Hello, this is Margie Taylor on EMC News, recording live from downtown Conroe and Lone Star Community Radio. We have been speaking with John Bracken, Executive Director of Montgomery County Youth Services. Just want to remind you that if you want to be on the show or you want to be a sponsor on the show, like us on Facebook, check us out on EMC News on Facebook, or give me a call, 936-828-6881. So, John, tell me a little bit about what's in store for you. What are some of your goals for the latter half of 2016? Anything specific? What do you need from the community?
Boy, that's a great question. So, I mean, one of the things we're doing is we'd like to do all things for all kids and families, but what we find is sometimes we have to get focused about what we do best and what can we do as an organization. So we're going to go through some strategic planning in the fall to try to focus on what it is we do well. So, I mean, that doesn't necessarily engage the community, but I think people need to understand that our organization is a business. It's a nonprofit business, but it is a business. And we take pride in the fact that we want to be run efficiently and effectively, that our services make a difference in kids' lives. So I think it's always good to take a step back. And so I would want the public to know that that's something we take very seriously. So we'll be doing that in the fall. In terms of what the public can do, again, I think, I know this is a cliche, your time, your talent, and your treasure, but it's true with our organization, and it is with a lot of organizations. If you're a retired teacher and you want to mentor kids in math, we can use you as our shelter. If you're a handyman and you want to fix stuff, we don't have a handyman at the shelter. If you like teenagers, because not everybody likes teenagers. I love them, but that's why I'm in this business. But and if you want to interact, because some of our young people, what they need is they need to know there's an adult in their life that really cares about them.
Sure, that makes a big difference.
So, give us a call in that regard. And, of course, if you want to support our organization, you can go to our website, Donate Now. There's a Donate Now button.
And what is that website?
It's www.youthmc, M as in Michael, C as in cat, .org. And you can also find out a lot more about volunteer opportunities, what we do as an organization. If you're a parent listening and you really are wondering, what's going on with my, I put my daughter to bed, and when she woke up the next morning, aliens took her over because she ain't the same person. Those kind of questions come up. You need to give us a call and see if we can't help. So.
Well, thank you very much. And they can also call your main office at
936-756-8682.
I still have that number memorized. I don't know why. 105 Lewis Street.
That's
right?
Correct. Absolutely. And we'd be glad to help.
Well, thank you very much. I just wanted to welcome Stephen Carlisle, who's going to be our guest host next week. I will be on vacation, and he's actually here sitting next to me. He's the police chief of Roman Forest, and Stephen's going to talk about some current affairs that are going on with law enforcement. Hey, Stephen.
Hey, Margie. Yeah, I appreciate you asking me for this. I never even thought about co-hosting before, and I don't know what made you think about me, but I'm honored.
Well, I am excited. So you might have a guest from the constable's office, the sheriff's office, or it just might be you. So we will stay tuned to find out about things that are going on and how we can support law enforcement. And maybe you can tell us current things that are happening and give us your perspective.
Yeah, I was going to try to just have a conversation about how the public support for law enforcement, community policing, and a lot of things in the headline news.
Okay. Well, we will be back here next Monday with my guest host, Stephen Carlisle, Police Chief of Roman Forest. And this segment has been brought to you by Big Thicket Vet. So whether you have a small pet or a big pet, like horses and donkeys and geese, they make house calls, so go see Big Thicket Vet. Thank you very much. We'll check in with you next Monday at EMC News.